Hey everybody, we're back. Cliff Keen, technique, demonstrating some ankle picks today. I have my partner COVID. We are going to show you a number of various ways to get to an ankle pick with several different setups. Hope you enjoy the video. Alright, the first setup here to get to a basic traditional ankle pick is with that outside collar. And when I say outside collar, I mean the arm that's on the same side as my lead leg. So generally speaking, when we attack, we're attacking with our opposite hand of our lead leg. This time, if we're in a hand fight or we just happen to have our same side hand as our lead leg, that's the one I want to get pulling down. I'm going to start pulling and pulling, and when I'm ready to go, I'm changing my feet. So if I can get this guy pulling, I snap with an inside tie. Maybe we're hand fighting here. I'm hand fighting. And I snap, and I change my feet. Now I'm in position to get to that outside ankle. I'll turn here. If we're hand fighting, and my right leg is still leading. But as soon as my right hand gets to that head and I'm ready to go, I'm hitting him hard. I'm trying to drive his head over that leg that I want. My knees change, and now I'm trying to get my knee to the ground, my elbow to the ground, and get to an ankle pick right here. And I want to get everything inside. Back up here. I want to try and get everything inside and get my body right in here. The next one here from an outside collar, same side collar as my lead leg, is when I get to him, and maybe I sense that this one's not there. Or I start going there, I read it's not there, and then everything switches to that far leg, the inside leg. So again, we'll get it off a hand fight. We're pulling. I look, it's not there. And now I gotta shift my weight. I'm going to drive everything to this knee. I'm still pulling that head pretty hard. I'm going to pick the inside ankle right here and pull everything in and get my body there, right here. Alright, the next setup to get to the ankle pick is an inside tie. This time, my collar is with my left hand, opposite of my lead leg. We'll get it off a hand fight here. My lead leg never changes here. I'm pulling. Now, I don't want my head stuck in here. If it does get stuck in there, I need to have his head slip, and then I lower my level. I'm going to hit my inside knee and drive through. I keep pulling the head down, and now I'm picking. Now, a lot of guys are going to react different ways, but for the sake of this drill, we'll just go where this guy obviously doesn't react. He falls straight to his back. So I hit my knee, I pick. I want to try and get my elbow to the mat. Obviously, it's hard with this dummy. Down, and start pulling right here. All right, this next one from an inside tie is the direct opposite of the very first one that I showed, the very basic one that I showed, the near ankle pick. So, right leg lead, left hand collar, I'm pulling. Now when I get here, maybe that one's not there. Now I'm gonna just change my direction. I'm gonna start driving his head over that ankle. I'm gonna pick, I wanna get my knee down, I wanna get my elbow to the mat, and then I wanna try and get my body and cover all the space. Notice I haven't let go of his head. I'm getting here, picking, and I'm pulling myself all the way in. Next setup is from a front headlock. This is a front headlock when we're still on our feet. We'll start there, assuming everybody knows how to get to a front headlock. Not gonna have my hands locked under there. I just want the chin and the armpit. So we get to this front headlock here. We get to the front headlock. Easy way to start looking for ankle picks. When I start circling that leg, he starts circling away. So I pull that head down, and now look, I get my feet set. My back leg is my left leg. I drive in, put all that weight on that far ankle, and now I'm trying to get my knee down and my elbow down at the same time. I keep that head and drive them all the way through. Sometimes the guy will bundle up and you look for a cradle, but for the sake of this, we'll drive all the way through here. Another one from that front headlock is going to be attacking the near side. So we've captured our front headlock. Let me turn this way. We've captured our front headlock. We start looking this side. Easy way to remember here is I'm just going to lower my level really hard. I'm going to look to get my elbow onto the mat, and I'm changing my feet. So my right leg is still leading here. And again, this is when I can step to the side, look for that angle. And now I'm looking to get my elbow to the mat. He hits. Now I can again potentially look for a cradle here, but ideally I want to pull this ankle out and throw his head away and get my hips and cover all the space, because there is going to be some space here. But so ideally throw his head away, get my hips in, get tall. All right, this next setup is when I get my opponent's hands to the mat. Whether it's from a missed ankle pick and he's retreating his hips out, he ends up, or he's blocking my head with his, he's blocking my shot with his head. His hands go to the mat. So if I get him and I start looking for my ankle pick and he goes all the way to here. Now look, I'm not gonna capture a front headlock this time. I'm gonna stay on that collar. I'm gonna pull him. I'm gonna redirect his energy, and I'm looking for an ankle pick on the opposite of my collar. So here, I start looking for that ankle. I'm still pulling that head down. Boom. Now again, I drive everything through and try and get my hips in. Boom. Snap my opponent's hands down to the mat. I can't quite get to that near side, so now I'm looking for the inside. So again, I snap him all the way down to the mat. I can't get there. Maybe he starts retreating there. Now I'm looking for this leg, which is going to be closer to me. I snap. That's not there. His hands are on the mat. He's starting to retreat back up. Now I'm starting to look for the far side ankle. Okay, this time my opponent has a collar tie on me, and I'm going to score an ankle pick here. So if he's got a right hand collar on me here, I'm controlling the elbow. One thing I can do, I can score two ways. I can score here. I have my right leg forward. I'm going to take a step here and get him to move. Whatever foot comes to me, that's the one I'm attacking. Generally speaking, if I take an outside step away, and I'm here, my forehead's right in his shoulder. If I take a step here, this leg is going to come to me. His right leg is going to come to me, which makes it really easy to start picking here. But on this one, I'm going to show the far one first, or the near one first. I get a collar tie, I take a step, I lower my level, and now I'm going to drive everything over this. All right, I'm going to drive. Now from here, if I could, on this dummy, I'd get my elbow to the mat, elbow goes to the mat, I drive through, and I can throw this away right here. Opponent has that collar tie. This time I'm clearing it off. I want to pass it. As I pass it, I'm going to drive it all the way across and look for my ankle pick. So I'll show it from this angle. Collar tie, I'm controlling that elbow. I'm going to snap him off enough. I want to snap this arm just from that elbow enough so my head gets to the outside. I could also duck my head or slip my head through. Now once I'm here, I want to keep my head tight. I get my feet loaded. I want to drive everything over. I'm pushing this arm and elbow over that ankle, hitting my knee, and finishing right here, tall again. This is going to be an inside pick. When I pass the elbow or I get my head inside from a collar tie, and he simply just doesn't react. So I'm looking for the near ankle this time. So I'll show it from here, this angle here. He's going to collar tie. I'll show both. I set my head. He's not really reacting here. I'm gonna get my knees here tight to that ankle. I'm push driving and pushing this across his body still. I'm just catching that ankle here and throwing that thing away. The other one, when my head's still inside here, I pull, I get loaded. Now I'm just driving. My outside, my far knee hits the mat. I get my knee down. I get my elbow down. And I push that elbow away. That ankle. Finish tall again. Here's another way to get to that ankle pick. It's going to be from an overtie this time. So when he has a collar, he's got a collar. I'm going to go over that collar. I'm going to try and grab his ears with my fingertips. I'm going to pull his head right here. I don't want my head in here. I want to pull his head, trying to get his ear to his bicep right here. Now this is pretty similar. This one's pretty similar to our traditional near ankle pick. Everything stays the same. I want to pull his head down as I change my feet. My lead leg, again, is my right leg. I'm going to change it so it's my left leg. So he's got a collar. I suck his head in. I pull. And when I'm ready to go, I get loaded right here. I'm going to get my elbow to the mat, pick it. I want to throw the head away. In this case, I might even want to keep it once I'm in here and stay tall. All right, this next setup is from an elbow tie. I'm not gonna have my head tight. My head's gonna be forehead to forehead, and I wanna have my left leg lead here. Elvis Tedeev made this one famous, and he hit it in a number of ways and had a number of different finishes, but this is the traditional way he finished it, and the reaction he got when the guy started going backwards. So he was here, guy had a collar tie or he's inside control, he had the elbow, and then he captured the wrist. His left leg was leading here the whole time. Elbow, wrist, forehead to forehead. Now, what Elvis did, he lowered his level. He didn't even take a big step. He just lowered his level. He got his head on the outside here, elbow down, right? And if he can pull that elbow down hard enough, the guy's just gonna go falling backwards, and he's not gonna have a whole lot of time to react. And then from there, you're gonna throw this away, and obviously pick this. You gotta bring that back leg too into the body, or collect the legs right here. All right, this one's very similar to that last one I showed. Elbow control, forehead to forehead. I have his wrist, left leg lead. This time when I get to the ankle, that foot starts to come off the mat. So the only way to really secure that takedown is start running your hips to the other side. So this is very basic again, but I want to make sure you understand the principles. So left leg lead, elbow control, forehead to forehead. I have his wrist. When I get here now, when I get to here, and it will happen when you start torquing his body over that knee. So it will happen when that elbow starts going over that body. Now, if I can get that thing off the mat, because he's going to start hopping here, I'm going to bring this foot in. I'm going to start running my hips to the right and look for that takedown, start collecting those legs. First couple off elbow control, the guy is either reacting pretty hard or he doesn't react and he falls over. This one, he just simply does not react. So I gotta convert this thing and make it into something else so it's advantageous for me to finish, because it's not gonna work if I just hit an ankle pick and he doesn't move. So I'm gonna change my position here so you can see this thing. Left leg lead, near side wrist, elbow, forehead to forehead. Now, when I lower my level and hit here, my head's looking to go right here. If I can get my head here and he still doesn't react, my trail leg, my right leg is gonna follow me. Now I'm gonna convert this thing into a high C. So my back leg, my right leg, punches its way in. I'm gonna get tall again, punches its way in. I'm in a high C, and now I can turn that corner and start getting to my high C to double finish it. Sticking with that elbow tie, left leg lead, wrist and forehead. I'm gonna hit my knee, and the reaction I get this time, when I get to here, is he starts turning away, and he's gonna actually just put me in a single leg. So I'm already got my near knee down. He starts turning away. Now I gotta bring my trail leg in. All right, bring my trail leg in tighter. I'm on a single leg. Any single leg finish you want. We can just run them down here or come to our feet. But I can just get my shoulder pressure, run them down. Okay, similar reaction when I get to that leg and he starts turning away from me. This time I'm going to actually end up on the completely opposite leg that I pick, because he turns away so hard I lose the ankle pick. So we get to here, normal position from that elbow. I lower my level, I drop. Now when he drops, notice my hands on the outside of his foot. It makes it easy for him to kick out and go away from me, which a lot of times it will take that leg all the way around, and I'm going to end up on this leg. So I'm on a single leg now. on the other side. This just takes instinct here. When that guy kicks away, you're just looking for legs. You want a single leg, take it back through to the mat. Myra to finishes there. From that elbow control ankle pick, if I shoot past his leg, my head goes past his leg, or he does a good job and controls my elbow control hand and it shoots it past his leg. So both arms are gonna be on right here. I shoot past, or he passes my arm right here. I gotta improve my position. I can't stay here. He's gonna go to probably sit the corner and go to crotch lift right here. So I gotta bring my trail leg back in. No, depending on how he reacts. If he turns hard this way, I can probably get my shoulders back in here and elevate him up and look for finishes there. Or I'm here, he gets this elbow across, and then I turn that corner, I get my head back inside right here to a single leg, and I start coming up and getting a nice finish. This last one here is a bonus. It's going to be off the opposite elbow this time, and I'm going to attack with the elbow hand this time. Everything's been attacking with that outside hand. This time, it's going to be attacking with the far arm, so it's challenging because I got to get my body and cover a lot of space. But what happens is, if I don't get it, it's going to turn into a single leg. So this time I'm going to get tight, collar tie. I got the elbow on the far side. I got my knee, I got my left leg lead. I'm gonna pull the head down. I'm gonna lower my level. I don't quite get there. I get a chunk of his ankle. Now my trail leg. Everything we've been doing on ankle pick, that trail leg is so critical. We can do everything else right, but if we stay here, we're gonna get crunched. So I'm gonna get my trail leg in and bring this into a single leg. When I'm ready to go, I level change. I knee drop, and my elbow hand's attacking this time. My trail leg is gonna come up because I still gotta cover a lot of space. I can get to here, it does me no good if I don't get my trail leg in. So I gotta release that head, he pops up, and now I'm on a single leg. Any finish you want, I like to come all the way up and then look for your eat the back. Thanks for watching.